Good morning. This is not the congregation song. This is just the prelude. So it's to get everyone from out there into here. So enjoy and welcome to the service. The presence of the Lord is here. The presence of the Lord is here. I feel it in the atmosphere. The presence of the Lord is here. The presence of the Lord is here.
Presence of the Lord is here. The presence of the Lord is here. I feel it in the atmosphere. The presence of the Lord is here. The presence of the Lord is here.
The Spirit is here.
The Spirit of the Lord is here. The Spirit of the Lord is here. I feel it in the atmosphere. The Spirit of the Lord is here. The Spirit of the Lord is here.
Hey, take it up one more time. The
presence of the Lord is here. The presence of the Lord is here. I feel it in the atmosphere. The Spirit of the Lord is here. The Spirit of the Lord is here.
Everybody blow the trumpet, sound the alarm. Because the Lord is in His presence, let everybody bow. Let all the people praise God now. The Lord is here. The
Power of the Lord is here. The power of the Lord is here. I feel it in the atmosphere. The power of the Lord is here. The power of the Lord
is here. Everybody blow the trumpet and sound the alarm. Because the Lord is in His presence, let everybody bow. Let all the people praise God now. The Lord, the Lord, the Lord is here.
Well, that was fun, right? Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Cynthia, and it is my joy and my privilege to welcome you here to Unity Church of the Hills. Unity Church of the Hills is an open-minded and open-hearted spiritual community that welcomes and embraces each individual as an expression of the divine. So, the Spirit of the Lord is here in each and every one of you. And I honor that, and I welcome that, and I celebrate you. If there's anybody that's here for the first time, if you wouldn't mind raising your hand so that we can acknowledge you. How about any second-timers? Anybody that's chosen to come back? I hope that each of you will find a place in this community that resonates with your soul and that you will choose to engage with us often. If you have not done so already, there are connection cards in your seats, and I invite you to fill those out if you have not done so. It's an opportunity for us to stay connected with you and see how we can support you, and you can just put those in the offering basket when that comes around later. And I also want to acknowledge our online audience. So wonderful, as always, to have you with us. And with that in mind, we want to do an affirmation acknowledging that Christ light in each of us. We love you, we bless you, we uphold you, and we behold the Christ in you. And now let's take that energy around and greet that Christ in one another face to face. Things a little bit different today. So I'm going to invite you to join me in affirming our vision statement, and then we'll move into the congregational song. Together, we are an ever-expanding community of love and acceptance where lives are transformed. So let's just take a moment and just feel the power of that. We are an ever-expanding community of love and acceptance where lives are transformed. That is why we come together, and I celebrate it in each of you.
Now we ask you to stand and sing an old song with new words. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine. Heir of salvation, purchase of God, born of His Spirit, washed in His love. This is my story, this is my song, praising the Spirit all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising the Spirit all the day long. Perfect submission, perfect delight, visions of rapture now burst on my sight. Angels descending, bring from above, echoes of mercy, whispers of love. This is my story, this is my song, praising the Spirit all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Spirit all the day long. I never said it was a barn burner. I liked it as a kid, so we were just going to sing it, okay?
Please join me in prayer. We pause to devote this moment to being fully present, to see and listen to the Spirit within, quietly setting aside distracting thoughts and centering into a place of pure awareness, the infinite, expansive spaciousness of right now. Acknowledging our true divine nature, oneness with all, with a grateful heart, connected with presence, worldly cares and concerns gently fall away. Unburdened and open to receive new insight, I welcome divine inspiration. Listening patiently to the voice of life itself, I see and accept what is, and move forward with confidence, trusting in the light, clarity, and guidance welcomed from divine mind. I give thanks for my life journey and gratefully receive every blessing, connection, and lesson as a gift designed to empower me to create my best life, to serve wholeheartedly, and to abide in faith, truth, and love. And so it is. Amen.
I know your love flows like a river, and I could wash myself in it forever. I know there is hope in these waters, but I can't bring myself to swim when I am drowning in my fears. Oh, Spirit, come on in, go easy on me, Father. I am still your child, and I need a chance to feel your love around me. And today I choose that you're the way, the truth. So go easy on me. No room for things to change when I am oh so deeply stuck in my ways. You can't deny how hard I've tried I changed who I was to put you first. No more fear. Oh, now Spirit, please come on in. Go
He's the only Father.
I am still your child, and I need a chance to
Feel your love around me.
and today I choose that you're the way to truth. So go easy on me. Go
He's the only Father.
I am still your child, and I need a chance to
Feel your love around me.
and today I choose that you're the way to truth. So go easy on me.
Thank you guys so much, especially you, Courtney. That was just lovely. All right. So, we are beginning a series this morning based on a book by Parker Palmer called Let Your Life Speak. It's a beautiful book that really invites us to listen deeply to our own soul and find a way to let our life speak. It is accompanied by Spirit Circles, and if you haven't signed up for a Spirit Circle, I invite you to do so. It will be an opportunity to engage this material with other people in this community. And Michael reached out to me. He's one of our spirit group leaders. He reached out to me a few weeks ago, and he said, Cynthia, I'm talking with my group about this book, and it says that this is about finding your vocation. And you know, we're all retired. Is this going to be meaningful to us? And my answer to Michael was yes, absolutely. You see, vocation comes from the Latin word voice. And so when we're talking about connecting with our vocation, we're talking about finding our voice. We're talking about connecting with our soul, our spiritual essence, and discerning how we can give expression to that in the world. And I would say if we're on this planet, that's meaningful. There's a way in which we can give, a way in which we can serve, a way in which we can take the uniqueness of who we are and share it with the world, and that is always meaningful. So go for it, Michael. Probably shouldn't say that to Michael. Insider's joke. For those of you that don't know Michael, he has a delightful sense of humor. Yes, he does. So Parker Palmer speaks about vocation in this way. He says, vocation does not mean a goal I pursue. It means a calling that I hear. Before I can tell my life what I want to do with it, I must listen to what my life is telling me, how my life is telling me who I am. I must listen for the truth and the values at the heart of my own identity. Beautiful words, but how do you do that? It's kind of nebulous in many ways, right? And listening to our soul, listening to our essence is kind of a little tricky. Parker Palmer compares the soul to a wild animal. Not because it's ferocious, but because if we go traipsing through the forest, we're unlikely to see many animals, right? If we really want to see those animals and connect with those animals, we need to go gently, we need to go quietly and allow them to rise up and show themselves to us. So that's kind of like what we're inviting you to do in this series. And I want to ground this in unity teachings. If we go to the Revealing Word, Charles Fillmore, our co-founder, says that voice is the faculty or the power of utterance. The power center is in the throat, and it controls the vibratory energies of the organism. It is the open door between the formless and the formed. It is the doorway from which we take the infinite that is God and move it forth in our lives and give expression to it in our own way. Fillmore also says that the voice is the most direct avenue of expression for consciousness. So if we're going to listen to our life speak, we need to listen deeply and open ourselves to be vehicles of expression for the divine. One way we do this is by listening to what you read about in 1 Kings after Elijah's experience on the mountain. Listen for the still small voice of God. In other translations, it's called the sound of sheer silence. It is that vibratory energy that brings all of creation into manifestation. And we are one with it. But we have to listen, we have to open up, we have to immerse ourselves in that energy. And while prayer and meditation are an essential component to that, something that we really want to engage in on a regular basis, to really find and give expression to our voice, we also have to take that and open ourselves to that listening in the midst of our daily life, in the midst of our activities, to take a moment to pause, to listen, to consider, is what I am doing giving me life? Is it energizing me? Is it bringing me joy? Is my heart vibrating at a deeper sense of love when I'm engaged in this activity? Or is this activity perhaps not really aligned with who I am and draining me in some way? Our life is always speaking with us, always inviting us to a deeper connection with God and a deeper expression of our God essence. And when I speak of connection, connection is all around us. There is no separation. Thich Nhat Hanh talks about how we inter-are with all of life, with the Creator, with one another, with the planet, with each and every aspect of creation. And so if we're listening for a voice, we're opening ourselves to all of that and considering how we can play in that field, bringing the best of ourselves, the deepest layer of ourselves into expression. Part of this journey is about finding the ways in which we inhibit that flow. And one of the ways we inhibit that flow is by listening to different voices. We have a tendency, because our need for belonging is so deep and so profound, we have a tendency to make choices in our lives that may be more about what someone else thinks we should be doing, or to ensure that someone likes us. And when we do that, we're doing ourselves a disservice. We're not connecting ourselves to the depth of who we are, and we're not honoring everything that we are called to be. So it's important on a regular basis to just consider, is the life I am living aligned with the deepest level of my nature? Am I truly engaged in activities that allow the depth of my being full expression? Brene Brown says, don't walk through the world looking for evidence that you don't belong, because you will always find it. Right? Don't walk through the world looking for evidence that you are not enough, because you will always find it. Our worth and belonging are not negotiated with other people. We carry those inside our hearts. I may make myself fit in for you, but I will no longer belong to myself. You ever been there? I can't imagine that any of us haven't been in that place at some time, right? You know, it's like the life we are living is not ours, it's somebody else's. And if we really believe that we are individualized expressions of the divine, we have a responsibility to show up as our true selves, to listen for that voice and to allow it to give expression through us. And when we do that, we feel more alive, we feel more joy-filled, we feel more powerful, and we touch the world in ways that only we can do. But Parker Palmer says that if we allow ourselves to get caught up in pursuing vocation from some other place, it is an act of violence to ourselves. And that our self will resist in some way, calling us forward, calling us to be who we truly are, calling us to find our voice and to let it flow, to give it expression in our world. And I see this as kind of an ongoing journey, something that is always kind of unfolding in our lives. When I was really young, I got the impression that my voice didn't matter, that my voice was insignificant. And one of the consequences of that is I shut down. My voice became very quiet. It still is, and if you don't hear me, please let me know. But it became very quiet and very inhibited. But life, but spirit will always find a way to give expression. And I found that. Spirit found it in me through dance. Dance was a way in which I could express my voice and not have to talk. But here's the thing. Because there was all this suppressed energy in me about speaking and showing up as Cynthia, it impacted me as a dancer. And I got to a point where I realized I had some healing work to do. And the pressures of the dance world would not allow me to do that. And so I stopped dancing and began to pursue other things, as well as doing some inner work to really heal and to get more in touch with my true self. And that journey eventually led me to receive this calling, very strange calling, to become a minister. Right? Okay, I don't want to talk. I really don't want to talk in front of people. And God wants me to be a minister. This was really, really hard to accept. But and Parker Palmer speaks about this. Sometimes the call in life is so deep that you can't not do it. You just have to do it. And it wasn't an easy journey. I walked through a lot more turmoil. But I began to find my voice in many different avenues. I began to get a deeper sense of the wholeness that I am as a spiritual being. And it continues. I mean, if we are individualized expressions of God, which is infinite, there's always more seeking expression, always more seeking to be poured out in us. But it is so interesting because there's a thread that runs through all of it. I don't dance anymore, except when the band plays. I don't dance professionally anymore. But the dancer lives inside me. Some of you notice the way I move, but it's more than that. It is an energy that permeates the way I move through life. And it is unique to me. And God wants me to respond to that call. God wants each one of you to respond to the call of Spirit in you, to find a way to let your voice sing or dance or express. I would take it even further. I would say that, boy, this sounds a little arrogant. God needs you to be that unique expression. That the wholeness of the manifest universe calls each of us to fully be who we are. Rumi says, "In your light, I learn how to love. In your beauty, how to make poems. You dance inside my chest where no one sees you. But sometimes I do, and that light becomes this art. Each of you is a work of art. My invitation to you is to look for that light, to listen for the voice of spirit that is moving through your life, to connect with the dance that lives inside you. And continually ask yourself, what is the art that seeks expression in me? How do I let the light inside me out? How do I give it expression? How do I expand that light out into the world in ways that only I can do? And finally, a couple last words from Rumi. Let the beauty we love be what we do. There are hundreds of ways to kneel and kiss the ground. And each one of those ways is unique to each and every one of us. So my invitation is, let that light out. Let your light shine. Namaste.
My God, how I love thee, how I love thee, how I love thee. Oh my God, how I love thee. How I love thee, my God. God, 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 how I love thee. How I love thee, how I love thee. God, 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 how I love thee. How I love thee, my God.
Thank you, Emma. That was beautiful. So I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable, or to lower your gaze and just allow yourself to be immersed in those words. Oh my God, how I love thee, how I love thee, my God. Allow that love to permeate your being. Feel it reverberating in every cell of your body. And feel that warm sensation of love in your heart. How I love thee. How I love thee in every aspect of my life, of the created universe. There is no separation between myself and you. And when I connect with this truth, I feel the incredible wonder of my essence, and I choose to listen deeply for your call in that sound of sheer silence. Oh my God, how I love thee. And from that place of love, I feel the call, your call to my heart. And I say, here I am. Move through me, express through me, create the artistry of my life, allowing me to live fully connected to the truth of who I am. And so it is, and so it shall be. Amen.
Now is our opportunity to support our spiritual community and experience the power of giving and receiving with our offering. I'll invite the ushers to come forward. There are a number of ways for you to give, and they are showing on our screen. Whether you're giving through our app, mailing a check, text to give, in person or online, we are grateful for your generosity and know that it will return to you tenfold. If you are giving electronically or through recurring giving, we have cards in the pew that you can use to activate the power of your generosity. Pick one up while we speak our offering affirmation together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I circulate, and I am grateful.
enter in, withholding nothing. God's in us, exalted, most high and lifted up. Sing, sing unto the Lord. Open up your heart, make a joyful noise in the sanctuary. Sing, sing unto the Lord. Fill your heart with love. Let the praises ring in the sanctuary. Sing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now is the time for all people from every land to come together. Now is the moment for trusting. We enter in, withholding nothing. God's in us, exalted. God's high and lifted up. Sing, sing to the Lord. Open up your heart, make a joyful noise in the sanctuary. Sing, sing to the Lord. Fill your heart with love. Let the praises ring in the sanctuary. Sing, sing to the Lord. Open up your heart, make a joyful noise in the sanctuary. Sing, sing to the Lord. Fill your heart with love. Let the praises ring in the sanctuary. Sing. Lift up holy hands unashamed in the sanctuary. Gotta open up your mouth and give God praise. Open up your heart and give God praise. Lift up holy hands unashamed. Sing, sing, sing. Gotta open up your mouth and give God praise. Open up your heart and give God praise. Lift up holy hands unashamed in the sanctuary. Gotta open up your mouth and give God praise. Open up your heart and give God praise. Lift up holy hands unashamed. Sing, sing, sing. Gotta open up your mouth and give God praise. Open up your heart, give God praise. Lift up holy hands unashamed in the sanctuary. Gotta open up your mouth and give God praise. Open up your heart and give God praise. Lift up holy hands unashamed. Sing, sing, sing. Sing unto the Lord. Open up your heart. Make a joyful noise in the sanctuary. Sing, sing unto the Lord. Fill your heart with love. Let the praises ring in the sanctuary. Sing, sing unto the Lord. Open up your heart. Make a joyful noise in this sanctuary. Sing, sing unto the Lord. Fill your heart with love. Let the praises ring in the sanctuary. Sing.
Blessings to the music team. Thank you so much. Oh, we just take a moment and just feel the power of the presence of God in this sanctuary and in these offerings. We give thanks for the individuals that have provided them and for the source from which they come and to which they return. And we see them going forth to bless this ministry and to bless the world. And for this, we are deeply grateful. Amen.
Today's Reverend Cynthia's talk was the first of a 6-week Sunday service series based on Parker J. Palmer's book, Let Your Life Speak. UCOH Spirit Circles are beginning a book study to correspond with the series. Check online for available Spirit Circles to join. The book is available in the bookstore. Let's expand our light into the community by sharing warmth. Now, through February 12th, we will be collecting new and gently used twin-sized blankets and cozy socks for individuals in long-term care facilities and memory care centers whose family is unable to visit them or have no family at all. Donations will be shared on Valentine's Day. Check the UCOH calendar for more details. Join Julie McClendon next Sunday at 8:30 in Legacy Suites or on Facebook for our Contemplative Sunday service. Grab a cup of coffee and settle in for Julie's message about letting go. At 11:30, Reverend Cynthia brings us the second talk in the Let Your Life Speak series titled, Now I Become Myself. I mean, because everybody else is already taken, right? Discover how to navigate the pilgrimage of becoming yourself. Please join us in the sanctuary or online.
Good morning. I'm Rudy. Most days, anyway. I wanted to take this moment to talk to you about our core values. So yesterday, about 40 to 45 of our Unity members gathered and with the express intent to come up with 3 words. And we broke up into groups, listened to each other's stories about this place and the people in it. And we thought up of words that encompass those experiences and those people. And then we spent the rest of the day fighting about which words we're going to end up. I'm being a little facetious. Actually, it was a really deep and discussion, and there was a lot of passion and zeal around everything. But it was very impressive to see how much so many people care about this place. And so without any further ado, maestro, drum roll, if you please. The 3 words are love, spirit-centered, and inclusion. Now, this actually isn't the end of the process. The words right now are just words. And so the core values team is going to meet again and start further defining what these words mean to us. So here in the near future, you will hear about the actual meaning behind these words. So stay tuned for that. And with that, I say thank you.
So last week, I invited you to come to a workshop on the sculpture, the UCOH sculpture. And this was inspired by Reverend Cynthia, who suggested that we look at some of the elements that are part of family therapy, which is based on systems theory. And we wonder why we do this. Well, part of the reason is because we want to look at ourselves as a community in order to be the sort of community that attracts the sort of minister or ministers that we want. We often think, I want the perfect this or that, but we don't think about how perfect we are. And so this is our opportunity to do that, to think about not only where we're going, but how we're going to show up. So these elements really are about how do we interact, how do we communicate, and we're going to learn a lot about that, I hope.
What's interesting, though, is that you already know these things. You are all experts in transitions. We've had, you might have gotten married, you might have had a baby, you might have let that child go away to college. You've lost people in your life. We all go through transitions. And these elements are the things that tell us how we use them, tell us how successful we feel at the end of that transition. Do we feel like we did well, or do we feel like, oh gosh, that didn't work out so well? And so that's really what I'm trying to draw from you. If I were to talk with all of you or to each of you individually, I learned so many interesting, fabulous things that you may have just assumed, well, everybody does that. So I'll give you an example about things that you don't know about other people and that about these transitions. So many of you know that I was a chaplain here for a number of years. What you may not know is that I joined the Unity movement back in the early 1970s. And even before that, I started working or learning how to be a therapist. So before I came to this congregation, I actually was on a board at Unity Church of Hawaii, and I was on 2 search committees. So just in having told you that little bit about me, you already know that there's more there, and that's what I'm saying about you. You bring that expertise to this activity. So I'm very hopeful that you'll join myself, Reverend Cynthia, and Nana Harrison, and we're gonna create a sculpture, which is living people, and we're going to show one another how we interact, and then we're going to see if there are things we can do to enhance those interactions. And so I hope you'll sign up. That way we'll know how many are coming. You can sign up online, or you can just show up. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Pamela. I'm really looking forward to this. I've never seen it in action, so I hope you guys will join us. This is my opportunity to comment on all the announcements. Also, in addition to what Michael said to you about the Spirit Circles, there will be sign-up sheets for those of you that aren't signed up in the lobby after service, so I invite you to take part of that. So what I also want to do is challenge you. I was introduced by Lisa Landry introduced me to a book and a website called The 29 Gifts. And I just love the idea. This woman was diagnosed with MS and was in a very tender place and really struggling and feeling sorry for herself. And she went to an African shaman and she was given this prescription. Give a gift every day for 29 days. And her story is on her website, but she talks about how this experience got her outside of herself and engaged more in the world, and how transformative it was. She was able to release the cane. There were wonderful synchronicities that happened in her life. And so we got 29 days in February. So my invitation to you is take the challenge. Give a gift every day for 29 days. And we can share those stories on Facebook so we can see how this affects you. And what I can say, I can't put this out here if I'm not doing it myself. So I've been doing this for a while, and stuff just started happening. I had calls from people for a video that I did 4 years ago, wanting to use it, and in a training they were doing, and I had forgotten about it. But there were all kinds of unexpected things in my life. But that really isn't what touched me. It was seeing the difference I made and knowing that I could be of service. And knowing that even if I was doing it in a very small way, it could open up somebody's heart. So, February, let's open our hearts and let's share our light with the world. Okay, and one team that shares their light with us every Sunday is our beloved music team. We could go on all day, right? So this is what I'm going to start doing. When I'm in town, we're going to lift up a team in this community and share a bit about them, because there are like 25 teams in this ministry. There are people all the time shining their light, and we don't always know about it. And I want to really appreciate them and love them and let you know what they're doing. So the music team has done phenomenal work, and I'm going to just let Rod and Matt share what they want to share.
Okay, I'll start. Well, my name's Matt Russell. I've been here for, close to 20 years, full-time, maybe 15 or 16 years. I am most grateful for the guys behind me. I would like to introduce our longest tenured member, who's been here for 25 years. He was here even before we were in this building. Mr. Glenn Schutz has been playing bass for you guys for 25 years. So he's the kind of the consummate musician. He's always correcting me when I'm wrong on my charts, which I sometimes appreciate. But he really keeps the engine running in the band, and really appreciate him. On the drums we have Mr. Rob Fedson. Rod took over for Steve a little less than a year ago, and he was subbing for Steve for a long time, and he's always done a really, really great job. He's a fantastic drummer. Both of these guys are really, the consummate professionals. Their musicianship is solid. They've been playing in around Austin for decades with a lot of names you would know. You would probably have to pay a cover to hear them otherwise. So hope you really appreciate what we do. We try to have fun. We try to, try to bring it for you guys every week, so hope you like it. And then there's Brian. We like to give him a hard time, but he's actually a very, very, very good guitar player. He's not here all the time because he splits time between here and Dallas, but when he's here, he adds a lot to the band, and we really love jamming with him. More importantly, he's kind of the architect of the sound system here. He's put in hours and hours and hours of work on this place for years. We wouldn't have a service, we wouldn't have streaming service without him. All the AV stuff that you appreciate, it's all him. So please give him a round of applause. Yep. And I've known Rod for around 25 years. We were in a cover band together, and he actually brought me here to sub for Robert Skiles, and I ended up taking over for him. So Rod is the reason I'm here, so take it away, Rod.
Thank you.
We love Rod, right? Rod is great. He's fantastic. Best singer you'll ever hear. Again, yeah.
And to add to that, with Brian coordinating the sound, there are people that you don't see behind you that are also part of the music team. Andy over on the control board, up in the booth, we have Audrey. There's Dawson's in the board. There's Steve. There's so many people that help this service sound better than we could without them. So we want to thank them as well. And basically, what I would like to say about this music program here is it's not just the wonderful people you see on the platform here. There's also the choir Inspiration. They provide a service and a sound that's different from our regular tune, because not every song is going to be about you that Sunday. There are so many different people in our congregation, and our job is to reach and minister to every one of you. So if there's a Sunday that you're here and you're not quite vibing with it, show back up next Sunday, because that Sunday wasn't about you, it was about your neighbor. Part of our ministry is to continue the message of this church, continue the message of the minister, continue the love and the energy that I know has been here. Like Matt said, I've been here for a while. Glenn used to have hair to show us how long we've been here. And also that shows the dedication and the love of the people on this platform. This is not something you do just because it's a gig. It's something you do because you feel a connection, you feel a love, and you want to be a part of something. So it's not just because I can sing and got a big mouth. It's because I feel connected to this congregation. That's why I'm here. That's why we're all here, and that's why we strive every Sunday to make sure our message gets out. There's a message in our music. There's a message in our song, our wording. There's a sermon about that I'll give at some point in time. We haven't talked about it, but we will. There's a message in all of our music, and that message is the love and inclusivity and the spirit of joy that this place holds. So we've started anew, and we're building again. Everything is anew, and everything starts, and everything goes through a season. We've had jubilation, we've had inspiration, we've had celebration. Our next group may be revelation or manifestation. I don't know yet. We will get there. We will get there, but we want to thank you for the continued support, love, and understanding. This is not easy. There are times that I'm awake at 2 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out, okay, this is the message topic. What is this song going to go with? Okay, that sucks. Let's try this one. Let's try this one. It's not just get up here on Sunday morning, sing a few notes, and go home. This is a love. This is a ministry of ours. We appreciate the joy and love that you give back. Sometimes you may not know the song. Again, it wasn't for you that Sunday. You'll know next Sunday. So keep coming, keep supporting, keep loving, and we promise to keep doing our best because, first of all, I ain't going to get up here and look bad. That's number one. Number two, I have a love for this place that sometimes I can't explain, but it feels good, and so I'm going to continue to do the best I can. So thank you, thank you. Anything else?
I do want to acknowledge Emma Jane
yeah.
Connolly,
Yeah.
our female vocalist, yeah.
And again, thank you, Matt, for being my co-arm and saying, okay, that ain't gonna work, or this is good, or during rehearsals, he's the one that says, yeah, we're not singing that whole thing because that's too long and they're not gonna get it. So thank you, and thank you all. Thank you, gentlemen, thank you.
And I was going to do the AV team and inspiration on another Sunday, so they'll get double dips. No problem. I want to acknowledge that we have prayer chaplains here every Sunday. They are available after the service to pray with you, and it is a sacred experience. They're available in the chapel. And who is on duty today? Jennifer and, is there someone else? Oh, there's Meg. And I invite you to do that. It's a wonderful space of connection. I also want to make you aware that we do have a pastoral care team. If you have a pastoral care need of some kind, please contact the office and we will connect you with that team. And so now we're going to, and we have prayer on Monday evenings through Zoom that I hold. I'm inviting you to sign up for that if you haven't already. And we're going to say farewell to our wonderful virtual audience and prepare to welcome the youngest members of our community.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.